Good morning students. Today in this video we will discuss about exception in programming. Right, just previous video was related with errors in programming, and as you know, error means what? Error means a bug that is there in your program, and by this bug your program may halt your program, code disrupt, and even you may get improper output if errors are there in your program. Now this video is related with exception. Exception and error, both are somehow similar term with a small difference. Right, now what is exception and what is error? Just see, a difference is there on the board here. Error represents any bug in the code. Bug means any fault, any grammatical mistake, any type mismatch. Bug in the code that disrupt running of the program or cause improper output. This is the error in your program, and here if errors are there in your program, you are having different tools to rectify the error, to judge the error, to judge the position of the error, and then to filter the error from your program. You are having n number of techniques here. But exception, it is also just like an error, but here exception refers to any irregular situation, right, occurring during execution or runtime. This situation, a specific situation, it occurs at the time of execution of your program, or we can say at the time of running of your program, right? And this exception depends upon a situation only. Clear? Though there is no error in your program, your compiler shows no error, your program is running, executing very well on your computer, but still in some condition, in some specific situations, your program may display an error message related to the specific situation. Now, what are these situations? Here, just see, one more important thing. Errors, or we can say the situation, we have no control on them. Exception occurs on the basis of a specific situation, and the situation where we have no control on the specific situation. This is known as exception. Right, now just understand this exception word by a simple and a short general example. You use ATM machines. Right, while entering the ATM card, the ATM machine asks you about to enter the PIN. Here, if you entered a wrong PIN, it means it is an error, right? But the PIN is correct, the ATM is accepted, your ATM card is accepted by the machine, PIN is also correct, but still, if you will get some messages like that amount is not sufficient. Is it an error here? No, programming is good, programming is well. Your ATM is accepted, your account is there open on the ATM window, but here it is the situation where your ATM machine displays an error. You want to withdraw some money and the money is not there in your account, so amount is not sufficient. This error message is there on the monitor, and it is known as exception. You can handle this exception by we can say tactics. By a tactics we can handle this exception in the programming. Here, right, just see some more examples on the board here. Suppose you are going to write your program data into a file of your hard disk, and here just see, while reading the file back, the file is not there in the specific location, in the specific folder. Though your program is correct, your read file statements are correct, your program will execute very well, but when the file is not there in the folder, not there in the specific location, you will get the error message, file does not exist. This is the situational error. Right, your program is no error, your program will display the file content if the file is available in the specific location, but in this situation file is removed from the location, so that you will get this exception. It is known as exception. Right, just in the third example, disk full. You are going to create a document by using Python. You completed the document very well, and then at the last when you are going to save the file, you are going to save your program data. At that time, if disk is full, then what will happen? Right? It is not an error in your program. It is the exception that is related with a specific situation where the disk is not having sufficient space to store the program data. Right? So this is the third example. Now just see. Fourth one. Identifier is not found. You just create a program and you use the command print A. Right? A is a variable, and if the variable A is not available in your program, is not identified in your program, is not created in your program, then what will happen? The program line is correct, print A, no error is there in this line, print A, but here you are going to show the value of a variable that is not available in your program. So in this situation, you will get a name error exception on the monitor. Right. So these are the exceptions that are. Yes, one more example. Just see one very interesting example here. Arithmetical operators are there in our Python. Plus, minus, multiply, divide, floor division, modulo, power operator, different arithmetical operators are there. And these operators can be applied on a digit only. And if you apply these arithmetical operator on a string, suppose Ramesh divide by 2, what will happen? What will happen here? Here, this one is known as apply an arithmetical operation on the string literal, and computer will show this error message at the time of execution of your program, at the time of running of the program. So these are the exceptions. These are under the category of exception, and all these exceptions are related with a specific irregular situation here. Right? Now, how you can handle these exceptions? Here, we are having two different commands in Python. The first one is try, and the second one is except. Right? Here, by using these two commands, we will handle the exception that may occur in our program at the time of execution. Clear? We will discuss this try and except command in the next chapter also. Just keep in mind that there are two commands in Python. The first one is try, and then just see how you can write these two commands in your program. Try, colon, and then you have to write the code over here. If these codes may generate any exception, then automatic computer shift on this except code, except block, and here you are going to handle the exception by using these two keywords of Python. Clear? Now let's see some common exceptions that are there in your Python. Here, some built-in exceptions. We will discuss these exceptions one by one. Very first, just see these are the very common exceptions that occurs frequently, that occurs regularly in your programming. Here, the very first one is EOF error. Just see how the exception is written. EOF in capital letter, then error E is also in capital letter, others are small. EOFE, 4 words are in capital, then a small case. Clear? So EOF error, it will occur when the end of file condition reaches. Right? You are going to read something, you are going to read the content of the file, and your file content is over, then what will happen? No content is there in the file, then you will get EOF error. Right? The second one, IO error. IO related with input output error. When it occurs, file not found or disk full. In these two situations, your Python will show IO error on the monitor. Right? Then the third one, name error. When identifier is not found in the program at this time, computer will generate name error on your Python screen. Right? Next one, index error. Now just see here. Index error, it is related with string, list or tuple. Just see, I am going to create a list variable over here. Here it is 10, 20, 30. 3 digits are there in this list variable. And suppose if I am using this command print L2, L2 means computer will show the second position element of this list on the monitor. So 0, 1, 2 here. L2 means 30 will be there on the monitor. Right? Now, if I write this command, print L4. Now just see, there is no error in this line. Print command, it is written properly, and here L, the list object name, it is written properly here, but inside the bracket here 4. 4 means you want to show the fourth position element of the list, but here in this list only 0, 1, 2 these position elements are there. Fourth position is not available in the list variable. So here what will happen? Your computer will generate index error. Index of a string list tuple is out of range, then index error will be there on the monitor. Done. Next one, import error. When you import a ROM module of Python, suppose math module is available in your Python, and the proper syntax to import the math module is import space math. Instead of writing this statement, if you write import maths, the proper one is import math, and you write import maths. Now this maths module is not available in Python, so here your Python will raise import error. Import statement fails to find the proper module in the Python root folder. Clear? Now the next one, type error, most common exception, most common error in our programming here. When you are trying to apply a maths operation on the string value, I told you recently that if you write this one, Ramesh divided by 2, what will happen here? Type error will be reflected by Python on the monitor, because you are going to divide a string value with a digit, right? So this type error will be there. Now the next one is value error. Value error, just see, in the math module one function is there, square root, SQRT, and if you want to know the square root of a specific value, a specific digit, you have to write the digit inside the bracket, right? It is a built-in function of math module. You have to import the math module, then only you can use the SQRT function. Now SQRT function takes a single digit from you. The digit is either an integer value or a float value, but you have to supply a digit so that your computer, your square root built-in function will generate the square root and will generate the result as 2 over 2. Right? Instead of giving a digit, if you supply this one, SQRT-Z, now what will happen? This SQRT function demands a digit, and you are going to supply a string here. Then just see, built-in function received a wrong value, then your computer generate value error on the monitor. Clear? Now the next one, zero division error. Zero division means in your program, if this situation occurs, 10 divided by 0. In the divide operation, if the second operand is 0, then your computer generates zero division error. Right? And then the second last, overflow error, when the result of an equation is too large to store a specific variable to show on the monitor, then your computer shows overflow error on the screen. Right? And at the last, the key error. This key error is related with the dictionary variable. Suppose the dictionary variable looks like this one, d equal to a10. We will discuss this dictionary in the next chapter also. This is the dictionary object here. A and B, two keys are there of the dictionary, and 10 and 20 are the values of the dictionary. Right? Now, only two keys are available. If you are going to show the value of C, the value of key C, here the C key is not available in the dictionary, then your computer will generate key error on the screen. Right? So these are the exceptions, these are the common errors that are related with our Python program execution, and you can handle all of these exceptions by using try and except keyword. Clear? I hope the concept is clear in your mind. Just take the screenshot of the board so that you can manage your notes in your notebook properly. Right? Thank you.